You're listening to Haynes Broadcasting, North Carolina's #1 station for local and independent artists.
Welcome to Haynes Broadcasting, your go-to internet radio station for all things entertainment and news. Tune in for our exciting radio shows, That Show Fayetteville, Metal Storm Radio, where you experience the best in the music and talk. And don't forget to check out our news blog, That News Fayetteville, bringing you the latest and greatest in the local entertainment news. Stay informed and entertained with Haynes Broadcasting. Visit our website today and tune in and discover a world of great content. Haynes Broadcasting, where entertainment and news comes together. Visit us online at haynesbroadcasting.com, your source for the best radio and news. All right, guys, what's up? You guys are listening to That Show Fayetteville. We are broadcasting live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, here on Riverside FM. And we're also in podcast mode. So for anybody who doesn't want to see the video, we'll have a podcast up on haynesbroadcasting.org. Today, I am joined by Mike Baker, the commander for the VFW Post 670 off of Doc Bennett Road. And then we have Robert Maynard from Hustle Man Podcast, and as usual, our co-host Chris Porterfield in the show today. So how's everybody doing?
Good. Dodging this snow, I guess.
Yeah. So we had a really good event over at the VFW Post recently for the Karen Chandler Benefit Trust, and that was amazing, man. All the stuff we was able to do for the kids out there, and but today we're featuring and highlighting what the VFW is and what they do. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself and what all does the VFW do, services and stuff like that.
Well, I'm Mike. I was in the Marines for 8 years. I started being organized with the VFW in late 2003. That's when I earned my eligibility from Iraq. 4-time combat veteran. Moved here to Fayetteville. Got kind of stuck in Fayetteville when the housing market crashed in 2008. Worked at Goodyear Tire and Rubber for a little bit, and then got my 100% disability and stuck with 670 ever since. So.
That's awesome, man. You guys are different than other VFWs. It seems. It seems like you guys are more family friendly, family oriented. So, and that's really cool. So, can you tell us the mission of the VFW there?
So, the mission of the VFW in general is to advocate for veterans' benefits, fight in Congress. We're chartered to represent the veterans in Congress. Whether you're a combat veteran or not a combat veteran, we still represent everybody. In order to join the VFW, you have to serve overseas in a combat zone. There's other eligibility things you could do, whether it's being with an expeditionary medal or hazard duty pay. But 90% of our members, or 100% of our members are, they're combat veterans, and if they can't join the comrade side of the house, they join the auxiliary because they're, a family member of somebody that served overseas. Every VFW is different. Like you said, ours, we tend to be pretty family friendly with ours. So I like that aspect of it. It's something we've really pushed. We're smoke free. And while we do have a canteen and we have a good time, our mission doesn't just revolve around that bar aspect of it. We're always in the community doing stuff. We have multiple programs, whether it be the Adopt a Unit program, scholarships, or just general community service. We always seem to be pretty busy.
Yeah. So now, Robert, you said you met him at the Dogwood, and you guys had the Dogwood Festival thing. So you guys were out there doing a community support thing when you met Robert, correct?
Yeah. We met, man, briefly. Sitting down with him and stuff.
Yeah, you guys stole my booth.
I'm glad that he didn't kick us out of the booth. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Because commanding officer come over there and he's looking at it like, this is not what I set up, and who are these guys in my tent like this? So I was ready to run. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna see a guy, big guy, 4'2". You know what I'm saying? All nothing but behind the elbows. But I met a gentleman that was, about his business, and it was just a brief thing because he had to, roll out and handle some business. So I knew he was about his business, but I would love to sit down with him one-on-one just to know about the VFW, because I've been there a couple of times. Race Taylor back in the day,
Yep.
Mr. Buster Brown had held a you know what I'm saying thing at your venue, and in the place I love the inside. You know what I'm saying? It's like home. You know what I'm saying? You go into the living room. It's a big old band there. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for opening up your doors and letting us be in there.
Yeah, it's been a unique opportunity. Back in the good old days of the VFW, I hear the old timers always saying that Saturday nights was the live band and the dance, and we went away from that for a long time. And since COVID, we've actually brought that back a little bit, piece by piece, and we're getting better at it and opening up the different venues. Some has hit, some has missed, but you guys, I mean, you all knocked it out of the park with the Chandler Pro. I was shocked to see 200 people in my building, and it was a really good event, and I can't wait to do it again. And I think we got another one booked. So
yeah, I think August the next one's coming up, and the goal is we're not just gonna do them at VFWs. Or the goal is to expand it out because there's a lot of people out there fighting cancer, stuff like that. And Bernie, he wanted to partner up with us because, he saw that we did the first event there, and we didn't have, a lot of marketing or advertising with the time with our work schedule at the time. So we all got together, me, Bernie, and Chase. We all got together and we met once a week for every week for almost 6 months, planning this thing to make sure that it was going to be done right. But I give it to Bernie, man, because he did more work than anybody on that. So Bernie was the man on that. So him and Mike. So Mike, he runs the Mike TV. As you saw, they was set up there behind the sound mixer board there. And and the kids don't really have nothing to do, so why not take them to a family-friendly VFW place and let them have fun, where there's plenty of adults, people can keep an eye on things and make sure everybody's safe, And Mike, I appreciate you opening up the doors for us and letting us get in and do stuff like that to create something that hasn't been done in Fayetteville in a long time.
No, it hasn't, and I remember the old Chester Plub days and. The Rock Shop, yeah, it's definitely missing in Fayetteville. That's for sure. And I'm just glad that I have a location big enough, and our stage is one of the little unkept gems in the community that nobody really knows about. It's like, oh yeah, the VFW does have a stage. Yep. And you start talking to people, they're like, oh yeah, I had my graduation here in the 80s. I forgot about this place. Well, we haven't moved. The building's still there. The stage is still there.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people, for many years, and this is something I've been stressing, because I've been in the VFW hall plenty of times. Like I've been to, a few of the Ray Taylor shows, and I've been to a few rock shows up there. I think a lot of the times when we as a people in this community, we don't communicate to see, what's going on and where can I do this and where can I do that. And it became like such a lost art where just people just don't communicate on where to set up events. That's always been like something we've always heard for years. Like, man, there's nothing to do, and they'll go to a town that's like 45 to an hour, 2 hours later from us. They do the same thing, and it's like almost similar to us, like there's nothing to do up there, but they trying to act like it's something to do.
Why is that connection broke though? Like, is it between the city, city officials, or how, like where's that line of communication broke at to let people know where they can go ahead and have fun at? There's promotional places that could, be able to be used to put the VFW out there, but it's more politics and money and stuff into it. Like, what is that? Where's that line of communication broke at?
I think the biggest misconception is that you have to be a member to step foot into place, and you don't. While membership is our ultimate goal, just having the doors open and having guests and military supporters to spend that $5 at the VFW, we take that $5 and the biggest thing we're pushing right now is the Richard Starr Act in Congress. Pass the act. You hear the VFW talking about that, and claim sharks. And
very important.
What Claim Sharks are doing is they're charging veterans tens of thousands of dollars to get their VA benefits. So yeah, that's the biggest misconception is, yes, the VFW is for veterans. Every VFW operates a little bit differently, but at the biggest point is you don't have to be a veteran to support your local VFW. You could be just common Joe public to come by and have a beer and a burger, and it helps us out more than you know.
Now, you said this thing about the loan sharks. There's a lot of veterans that's been falling victim to this stuff, especially in like the Fayetteville area, because we get so many veterans here, and there's multiple VFW posts here in Fayetteville. But I think you guys 670 has brought more light to that situation than any other VFW post that I've been associated with. I've done many concert series for different VFWs throughout the state of North Carolina, especially like Rockingham and stuff like that. We used to do shows down there all the time for concert benefit shows and raising them money, but I didn't see them advocating like you guys do, and bringing awareness to that. I think something more needs to be done on the legislative level for our government to, help put more punishable laws on people who are taking advantage of the veterans for the benefit sharks.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yep.
I know that coming up soon at the department level. So I'm a post commander, and I'm also state rep. I'm the state membership chairman. The Department of North Carolina is actually organizing a Hat on the Hill Day. And it's all wearing our VFW hats and knocking on those doors up there in April to let those legislators know, hey, we're still around. You guys aren't listening. If you want to stay in office, you might want to listen to the veterans, because North Carolina is supposedly the best the friendliest veteran state. But is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now. You guys are doing all these different community projects. You guys got any upcoming events here in the next, say month or so that people can come and find out about you guys?
Yeah, let me look at my calendar real quick. So our next biggest event that we got is going to be our Valentine's Day dance, and of course our Super Bowl party. So we got a big Super Bowl party
awesome.
happening. I don't know if I could say Super Bowl. Maybe they're going to come and find me now, but we have a big party. Happens to be a big game on, and we're doing an unlimited taco bar for $15. So
wow,
yeah.
Wow, awesome.
It's going to be everything you put on tacos. We got everything. If you ever come out for a Friday night steak night and see our salad bar, we got one of the best salad bars. I think it's better than Ruby Tuesday. And we'll be using that salad bar setup to do the meat, cheese, taco, sour cream, all the whatever toppings you think of. Our canteen manager and our assistant manager, they do a really good job setting up the bars, and we'll have a great taco ball.
I would say I ran into the lady. She was one of your managers and stuff like that. And me being respectful and the way I was raised and stuff like that, I said, "Ma'am," and I think that was the wrong thing to do. At that point in time,
Yeah.
she turned around so fast after making my drink and put it on the counter and was like, "Let me tell you something, buddy."
Yeah.
I work for a living.
But I appreciate it. You don't have to call me ma'am. And I was like, "Oh, all right." Whole night I got roasted at the bar by everybody that was up there. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Lord.
She was like, "I'm a lady," and that's what And I appreciate the gesture, but I know now to go in there and look at name tags or just ask for a drink. You know what I'm
There we
saying?
go. Yeah.
Put ma'am at the
There's certain people that they don't want to be called Mr. and Mrs. and there's some that don't want to call ma'am and sir. I mean,
We're pretty laid back
but I
place.
mean, I get it, but it's like for certain people, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I know going in there, this is the place, man. But the stuff that y'all do put out for the veterans and stuff like that to give them a home field place. How long did that take to build that community like that?
I mean, Like I said, every VFW is different. We've gone through ups and downs. I've been the post commander for 6 years. So, I mean, we just slowly kept working on it. I remember when I first joined in 2010, we still had smoking at the post. So getting smoking out of the post and putting it outside, that was a big contentious argument. And the older members were like, well, no. But every time you hear the no, they're like, but we got to get younger members. Well, guess what? I don't smoke, so get rid of smoking and you're going to get some younger members. You're going to get the families to come in.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I remember back in 2010 when there was talks about the no smoking inside the venues and stuff like that. Because I remember when I used to work for Jesters, that's how me and Wes worked. And I remember when they finally actually had it happen, there was literally like no smoking outside. We had like a little on the sidewalk walk at Jesters. We had like the rope and stuff like that where they have the smoking section, and then like have everybody still on the table and stuff. And I thought like, wow, like what are the dudes now in town is doing it? Was it kind of hard though? Because like when I started going out to clubs and stuff like that, I remember everybody used to smoke in venues. It was a bit weird, but it was a big change. I saw that change.
Yeah. So that was big for us. Well, we went smoke free in 2014, so that helped. We have a strong relationship with the local Amateur Pool Association, or APA. So that brings in people during the week. That helps us pay our bills and whatnot. So that's a good partnership that we have with them. And then also letting everybody that we can know that the building is for rent. You can rent the VFW, and we do. We try to modernize. I mean, we have good equipment. We try keeping the place up as best we can. So having that, it helps out, and having a good team of people. I have a good senior vice. I have a good leadership team behind me, and they're all focused on that same mission: is bringing in the younger veterans, making sure that we're active in the community, doing side projects and different events, and not just about being, oh yeah, we're going to the VFW to drink. No, we're going to the VFW to work.
That's right.
And we might have some drinks afterwards, but we're gonna have, we're gonna work, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, and
is it to rent the VFW, if you don't mind me asking?
So our particular location, I want to say rentals for a non-member starts at $500, and then it's a mandatory bartender fee of $100, so it's $600 starting, and then you got add-ons from there. Like if you want to use the kitchen, if you want to use different linens, if you want to use our sound equipment, we just keep adding up. If you take every add-on that we have, I want to say it's like $1,500 if you're a non-member. Now, if you're a member, you get a discounted rate. But
okay, shoot, I would want to take advantage of every add up, because the place is dope. The sound equipment is nice.
Well, the sound equipment that you guys brought in, that's not our normal sound equipment, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. So we have, with everybody that we work with, we have about 14 different PA systems. Our biggest does sound for up to 5,000 people. With this current event, that was D&D Productions running the front of house, and then BB Nation running the front house of that. So that was a collective of two audio guys coming in and making that event what it was. And then we have Razor Cut Productions out of Rockingham or Richmond County. Those guys do great jobs. They do all the big like Dogwood festivals, stuff like that. And then that's the guys that ran the sound for the first show. They came in. That's the guys I've been working with for years. But as a collective, we have a huge network through Ascension Music Group, Deadly Diamond Records, and all these companies that I've been a part of and built over the years. There's just a plethora of people that are talented. We got SES Systems out in Concord, and those guys are great, and they're world famous for doing sound for Live Nation. So those guys are great. John Taylor, shout out to him if he's listening.
Yeah, I just have a one small soundboard. I think it's like a 12 mic soundboard. Nothing too major. 2 big speakers, couple mics. Well, it's enough to do an event or host host a gathering or a class, or I mean, we do so much off the wall stuff. People would be shocked. We had before the government shutdown, they didn't have no place to do some kind of online class for exiting the military, and one of our members just happened to be that guy on Fort Bragg, and like, well, I can't find a place to do my class. I said, we're closed during the day. We have a whole hall. As long as you clean it, put the tables back, I don't care. And he came down and they gave us a nice donation. And he's like, oh man, this is great. I wish I would have thought of this, before. I was like, it's not something we normally advertise. But yeah, I mean, if you need to use a place during the day, I just got to make sure a bartender's there and make sure the rules are followed.
Yeah, one thing that's great about your location too, when it comes to classes, is that you're the only VFW I've seen out of all the VFWs that has the roll down screen for a projector. That was awesome, man. Seeing that, I was like, wow, man, I might come here and do some seminars.
Yeah. Yeah, you could hook up your laptop. We got MetroNet, so we got the T1 cable, the fiber optic cable in there. A little bit expensive, but we want good service, and yeah, we pay a little bit extra money, but it's worth it at the end.
All right, so we're going to play a quick, or a couple messages from our sponsors here at Haynes Broadcasting, That Show Fayetteville, and Riverside FM. So just bear with us, hang tight. We're going to be right back after we play a word from our sponsors.
Lycanthrope Entertainment, where we bring nightmares and dreams to the screens. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Lycanthrope Entertainment, or email us at lycanthropeentertainmentllc@gmail.com.
Working with a network of industry professionals, Eno River Media strives to grow a stronger North Carolina film economy through advocacy. Please visit our website at enorivermedia.com and donate. Your donation creates a more vibrant North Carolina film and television industry. Thank you.
Fayetteville, North Carolina, this is Hang Time, owner of the 2-6 Wrestling Academy, owner of Next Level Pro Wrestling. And with these companies, we have standards, and our mission statement basically says integrity, work ethic, commitment. If you think you have what it takes to go to the next level or get into 2-6 Wrestling Academy, make contact with me by social media, Instagram, Next Level Pro Wrestling, Facebook. Go to the Facebook, go to Instagram, hit me up, tell me, show me what you got.
You can reach Next Level Pro Wrestling and the 2-6 Wrestling Academy at 910-778-4434.
All right, guys, we are back here on That Show Fayetteville, playing the best music in Carolinas and in the world, and doing the best interviews in the world. And today we have Mike Baker on our show. So, and for people out there, that's for the radio side of things and podcast side of things. So if you're watching the video, you're going to see us just staring at the screens. But we're going to be working on that. Yeah. So one of the cool things that I want to bring to attention and to you, Mike, is that Haynes Broadcasting, we have expanded our services. Hustleman has partnered with us, but we also are now doing video-based commercials for our live shows, just like this here. So I would like to offer to you today, since you're a guest on our show, if you would like for us to come out and do a video commercial for the VFW, and it will be aired on every show that we do live.
I mean, if you want to come do it, I'm willing to try it at least once.
Okay, well, that's what we'll do. We shoot some B-roll footage, and we take video footage from our past events, and we'll mix it all into a commercial, and then we'll sit down and record some audio, of you describing the services, and then so as people get to see what the VFW looks like, it's kind of like B-roll footage of that. They get to hear about the services stuff, and they can hear your voiceover to it. Or we got 85 voiceover artists and actors that works with us that can, I don't
know if you guys know Dennis V. He normally does my stuff on Dennis V. He normally does all my.
I've heard of him. I never met him. Yeah, I never met him. I heard his name before.
Yeah, he's all over the place. He's a comedian. We actually did. We've actually done. I think we've done 3 now. Comedy shows
wow.
Pretty good. It takes a lot of, like your guys' event, it takes a lot of pre-planning and fitting it into schedule and finding the right time to do it. And we just haven't had one since he's been so busy, and our calendar gets full real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys were booking somewhere about 3 months out now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's awesome, man, and congratulations on that. That just to me, what you guys been doing with the VFW has been far more professional than I've been at other VFWs. I've been in VFWs where the bartender won't even fucking acknowledge you. Excuse my French, but
yeah. I mean, it happens. It does.
Yeah, you walk in and they just look burned out, but that goes back to your leadership, and seeing what you've done with that VFW there, man. When Chase first introduced me to you, I was like, wow, man, this place is nice. It's kept up. It looks great. You can tell people there really enjoy the atmosphere. So, and that's one thing I loved about it. It's just a whole vibe. Yep.
You got free pool tables too. Yeah, our pool tables are pretty nice. When APA is not using them, you ain't got to put quarters in our things. So it's kind of nice having the free pool tables, and we got darts, full kitchen. We got a really nice kitchen. So, well, not the kitchen itself's not nice. The menu is great. So,
what's the biggest event that you had there, Mr. Mike? If you don't mind me asking.
So a couple of years ago we had River Mist in. That was pretty big.
That's a great band.
Yeah, we've had. We used to do a Headbangers Ball. We had Shoot the Thrill, the AC/DC tribute band. They came in, and I had that, and Motley Crue, or whatever the Crew one was, and somebody else. They came in. That was a pretty big event. I'm trying to think who it was. I don't think it was Jim and the Coastline. That one was a big one too. So I mean, we've had big events like that. We've had Elvis impersonators come in. That's a big event. We do a casino night. We've been trying to do a casino night every year. The first weekend of May as a fundraiser. That's starting to get bigger. We just started an oyster roast in the fall, and that's going to get big sooner or later. So I mean,
well, if you got Texas Pete with the oysters, I'll be there, man. As long as I know the date.
Yeah. And the best thing about our events is, we partner with, outside community partners, and that keeps our prices lower than most. Now, grant you, we still have to cover our cost and make some money because we have the bills to pay. But, you go to an event that's $25, it's like, oh, that ain't bad. Like, all you could eat $15 Super Bowl, it keeps it low, but, we make enough money to keep the lights on and donate back to the community. So that's our mission. So,
all right. Well, I appreciate everything you've been doing. Robert, he's a full-time dad over here, as you can see. He's getting it in, man. This man, he's called Hustle Man for that reason.
She has my tablet, and every time I'm online and stuff like that, it knocks me off when she goes to video call one of her friends. Look, I'll give you the green light whenever you can go and talk to your friends, but just let me get this in right here, So I'm sorry if I look like Phil Jackson back here using my hands and trying to be.
So another real big event that we do is Combat Vets. They're the motorcycle group. 15-1. They do the Brass Nuts ride January 1st.
Awesome.
And believe it or not, I think this last year we fit 273 motorcycles in our parking lot.
That's amazing.
They start from our location and go for an hour and then come back and have a chili cook-off or whatever they do. But that's one of the bigger events that we do. And it's, 300 people. It's pushing our limits as our capacity. But, I mean, most people stand outside, so we're all right.
Yeah. Now, have you guys ever done any, like, car show events and stuff like that?
We've had a couple, but like guest wise, they're just they're hit or miss. It's just sometimes we've had a couple of comrades who are like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a bike show, and 10 bikes show up, and I'm like, all right, well, that's not really a show. But okay.
I was Yeah, I was talking to some of my command staff where I work at, and a lot of those guys, they do car shows that benefit the sheriff's office, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. That you guys have a location where people can come do that. And y'all's parking lot's amazing. I mean, you got two sides.
It's not the best. It's not the best. Let's be honest. We need to get it repaved. If anybody wants to donate, hit me up.
Yeah.
But we take his best. Yeah.
Oh, if somebody wants to donate, do they contact you directly, or do they have to go through like
through our email?
Okay, through your email.
Yep, it's post 670 at VFWNC.gov. No, not that one. Don't do that one. That was a professional one. It's our Gmail is VFW670 at gmail.com. That's our donation one.
Awesome.
Otherwise, we'll lose it in the. Because I get about close to 30 emails a day on the official VFW email, and they'll get lost real quick.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, 30 emails sounds like a dream, man. I get like 10,000 emails a day. I can't even go through all of them. Like, holy crap. But that's cool, man. Now, I'm just trying to think what else I want to talk to you about. But overall, I think, like I said, you've been doing a great job there, and I appreciate you coming on the show. When you reached out to me, I was like, yeah, I would love to have Mike on the show. And then I called Robert and Chris immediately.
There we go.
Let's make it happen. This is our new format. So this is only our third show for That Show Fayetteville. Actually coming on and having guests. So we do a little bit of everything. So That Show Fayetteville. For anybody out there in the world who's watching this, if you want to be on the show, all you gotta do is send an email to haynesbroadcasting@gmail.com and get on the show. Now for Robert, you can tell the world how they can get in contact with you for Hustle Man Podcast.
Man, you can get in contact with me on Instagram at Hustleman Podcast, or you can look me up on Facebook at Robert Maynard, or you can look me up at Hustleman Podcast on Facebook. Any way you can. I would love to reach out to more of these, community-based businesses, because, we need to know a little bit more about what's going on in the community, where people can go and get, a night of not a headache, chairs flying, bottles flying, people bringing in their arguments. It's just a family feel, you can even watch a TV show and eat your food in peace, So you don't have to worry about these things. So VFW, places like that, I would love to know more about. So any events y'all got, Mr. Mike, my door is always open to come out there, because I'm like right off here off of 301. So
there we go. Yep.
5 or 10 minutes away from y'all.
Follow us on Facebook, VFW Post 670. Yep.
I'll go ahead and do that. Because like I said, I want to get out here and get more in the community, because, being in the community means more than just having a podcast and interviewing just certain said people, because I made my ranks through interviewing rappers, singers, and then venturing out into doing businesses. And it was weird at first, just walking into a place and introducing myself, so if I can get a plug in here, with Mr. Wesley and Chris, because these guys have seen me come up from where I've been at, especially Chris, so he's been on, on my team for a while. So I appreciate these guys for letting me be up here and say what I need to say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. And that's what we do here at Haynes Broadcasting is, we network. And Chris has been, he's been a witness firsthand. I've had people come on my show, and like you said, I didn't even remember I paid you, Robert, for thing. But a lot of times, somebody comes on my show, I'll make a donation or do something, and hopefully that's what we plan on doing here with the VFW as well. Is we'll make a donation later on this week, and I'll come by there, and we're gonna come by and it's all about
try the Buster Bites. If you come
Buster
on,
Bites, okay.
Yeah, Buster Bites when the kitchen's open, and we got some pretty big egg rolls. So
awesome.
The egg rolls are good too. Yep.
But
there's a little story I forgot to mention earlier. So I found a Korean war veteran hat a few years ago. It was like 4 years ago, I think. It was on it was somewhere off of Rayford Road. And, for a while I've been trying to find, like, did anybody ever miss it? I think I uploaded it on the page. An old friend of mine named Gary Fisher, he used to be at the VFW hall. And I told Gary, like, hey, I found this. I don't know who it is, but maybe even use it as a decoration. And if you look up top of the, I think the metal bar or something like that, you'll see it up there. And it's still up there.
Oh, it's still up there. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we still
awesome.
have it displayed.
Nice.
Yep. It had captain bars on it.
Yeah, got captain bars.
Yep.
Speaking of Gary Fisher, he does a lot for the local community too. He's got his new business, and he's also a sponsor of Haynes Broadcasting. He runs the mobile tea, and I think it's mobile buzz tea and coffee service. And he sets up at like Castle Hope when we do the concerts out there. And he sets up at many different places in the community selling these flowered infusion drinks. I forget what the name of the flower is, but it's very healthy. It's got health benefits for you.
Yeah, he used to bartend for us.
Yeah. So that's a small world.
In fact, if you ever come in the hall, we actually gifted him a tile. So on the ceiling of the VFW, we have probably a couple hundred now memorial tiles or in honor of tiles, and Gary is one of them. That's he's got his when he served in the Army. He was a signal guy in the Army. While he wasn't a combat veteran, we take everybody in. So we took him in, and he bartended for a while, and as a going away present when he was done bartending, we gave him that tile. So.
Yeah. Gary's great people, man. I've known Gary for all the way back from 2006, just for pub days, man. He's always a promoter booking. He's always trying to make something happen, especially for the hip hop scene. I don't know if y'all remember that, Chris, but he did a lot of stuff. He was trying to make things happen, but just there's certain people though that would ruin things, and you can only try so much, to do something good for the community, and then if it don't work, you just got to pull back and reamp, And
I met him at the old amphitheater there behind. What is this place? Something on the water now over there.
The Cape Fear Amphitheater. Yeah. Botanical Gardens were out that way too, I believe, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I first met him at I think it was a rock show. And
Now River Mist, those guys were doing some big things. Is there any plans in the future to bring those guys back? Because I know Greg Adair, the drummer for that band.
Yeah. I know. I wouldn't say we're good friends, but I do know Greg, and every time I see him, he's like, "Hey, Mike, when we came to book a date," I'm like, "Well, when can you find a sponsor? Because you guys aren't cheap." But yeah, I mean, I'd love to have him out there again and just try to find it in our schedule. Because just like you guys, I mean, you have to find your own sponsor sometime to get a good band or get the sound equipment right and all that stuff. And that's like with the VFW. Our budget does not include advertising or, we're going to hire a $5,000 band.
Yeah.
Because that $5,000 is better served in the community than us having a really cool band experience. So finding the right time to bring them in is always, it's got to work out, and I got to find the sponsors. And we rather bring in the smaller groups right now because that seems to be working than a big orchestrated event. Big,
well-known band, yeah. And a lot of these cover bands, they're out there for the entertainment purposes and money. But one thing I love about the heavy metal, hard rock culture that I've been a part of since 2005 professionally is that everybody comes together as a community for hard rock music. We'll come together. We'll throw a benefit show on for cancer. We'll do something for Wounded Warriors. We'll do something for somebody whose house burnt down or something like that. We'll come together and put stuff together like that. And I've been doing that for years. I ran, the music business group for a while, and I had the pleasure of helping save a hotel out in Pine Bluff, North Carolina. We had 40 bands come and donate their time, and we raised over 10 grand for those guys, to save a motel that was on the verge of bankruptcy. raise $35,000 for different skate park organizations so they can build parks and stuff like that. So and we've always been doing that from ever since 2005, and that's how I met all these guys. Networking, doing shows, and trying to help somebody out. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, biggest thing is getting out of your comfort zone. And that's why I tell my guys. That's why I tell my guys at the VFW is, yeah, we have a location, but we also have to be at Military Affairs Council. We also got to be doing stuff with the Dogwood Festival. We got to be doing stuff with the fair. We got to be setting up at Harley. We got to get out. Just because we are in our four walls, the members aren't going to come to us. We have to go to them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. That's what.
Yeah, you gotta start branching out. You gotta start meeting people, because that's where you get to build that community. The more you do that, it'll start growing and growing and growing.
Yep.
That's why I step out of the house every day. I sit at the coffee shop down here, Vagabonds, 108 Hay Street.
Oh, that's a good place.
It's a great hub for meeting, business people. I ran into Mr. John Jones down there. He deals with relations down here at City Hall and stuff like that. And me and him chop it up every once in a while, but I can't never get him to like sit down. So
Busy man.
busy man. But what I do is I take advantage of, what I'm saying, the 5 or 10 minutes that he do give me, and I record it. And what I'm saying, and I make it like my news break for Hustle Man podcast, because it's the information that he gives me, just that little gem or two that he gives me, what I'm saying, it helps people understand, like, okay, well, I know about this through Hustle Man, what I'm saying, podcast, or I look at what he's generating through Hustle Man podcast, because, like you said, information is lost in Fayetteville. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not on Facebook, if you're not knowing somebody that knows somebody, what I'm saying, that information is not really going to come to your front door. You
Yeah.
know, like the old newspapers used to be. Like, you see the newspapers and they be at your doorstep. So all the information is in there. So now where they're making it where you have to go look for it, what I'm saying, the city council meetings and all that and stuff like that. So I take pride in seeing these officials and asking these questions, and just off the wall questions that may take them back a little bit and give me just that much information that they need to put out there in the public. Like what is that? I think Thursdays and Fridays they do sit down meetings and stuff like that with the community over there at Honeycutt. You know what I'm saying? From
They used to coffee with a cop too.
Yep. They still do, I believe.
Okay.
So from 9, I think they have spots from 9 to 11, and then from 12 to like 1, they have people come in and ask questions, and they may give some information that people might not like. They may give some people some information that they do like. It's a give or take, but these are the questions that we have to ask our city officials, what I'm saying, of what's going on in the city, what I'm saying, because we're not going to know. They're not going to really tell us, what I'm saying, until it's the day of, or, what I'm saying, the day after.
Mm-hmm.
So we, as, what I'm saying, people that live here in Fayetteville, have to get up on this information that they're giving us. Instead of sitting at home and being like, well, where can I go to say my discretions? Well, here it is. You know, Thursdays from 9 to 11, or 12 to 1 at Honeycutt. They have a whole recreation room that they have back there where, Mr. John Jones and them will be sitting at, and you can come out there and ask questions. It's all about what you know and who you know to go ahead and get the information out there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Looks like we got some kind of chat thing here. Let me see what this is. Somebody's watching us live. Guys, hang on one sec. All right. Okay. People saying they enjoy the channel a lot, the content. They love what we're doing at Haynes Broadcasting. Love to support you more and stay connected. You can contact me on Discord. Somebody's wanting, I guess, give some donations, stuff like that. So Grace 8 is the username. So if you want to make donations to the VFW, you can reach out to Mike or any of the staff there at the VFW. If it If it's in regards to what we do, Haynes Broadcasting, you can always send us an email at haynesbroadcasting@gmail.com. If you want to reach out to Hustleman Podcast or anything like that, you can reach out to him as well. So, and we're all here to bring spotlight to those who don't might necessarily get the spotlight. Like Robert saying, there's a lot of people out here who has knowledge that's making moves in the community, but they're behind the scenes. Which some of them deserve spotlight. Some of them don't want the spotlight. Some of them are happy with what they're doing. But for anybody out there in the world who wants to bring light to their media, that's the big expansion of Haynes Broadcasting, is that we'll come out and we'll help tell your story. We're bringing light to businesses. We do commercials, radio commercials, all that good stuff. So, but Grace, I appreciate that you support our channel and everything that we do, and hopefully, you continue following us and watching us. So, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Hey, Mr. Mike, do you have any time open next week where I can come down and sit down with you for about a good 30 minutes?
I'm good until Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is fine. Just Thursday, I'm leaving to get up to Greensboro. We have our big quarterly, what's called Council of Administration. So everybody from the state comes together, and we have a big sit-down meeting to discuss VFW issues and give out awards. We'll be giving out $18,000 in prize money for Voice of Democracy and Patriots Pen. So for the kids, that's middle school and high school. So, and our Teacher of the Year awards.
Yes, sir. Man, that's dope. That y'all go ahead and, give people a spotlight that they need. It keeps people pushing in their profession, when they're, their knowledge of how many years of what they do for their school or their community, because when people are just in these spots doing their job day in and day out, they really wonder, like, do these companies really value me on what I really do, or what value do I bring to this company? And that's why you see a lot of the higher rate of firing, or businesses going under because they don't keep their employees, because they don't acknowledge them, or they don't give them some kind of
Sometimes you get that pat on the back.
Yeah,
it goes a long way.
It's not just, go in here and do this work, like, and that's where most of people are starting their own businesses, and getting out here and being entertainers, and trying to find some other way to get that relief and to get that notoriety, because they're not getting it in their 9 to 5. 40 plus years of working for a company, and all you get is a thank you. you know some people like, awards, something that they can hang on the wall, because they can walk into their living room and be like, dang, I did that. And you can keep a employee for the rest of your life if you just do said that. Treat somebody like you want it to be treated. And then we won't have to, go out here and create businesses and stuff like that. Fortune 500 companies don't do that. So, but yeah, that's why I say I stepped out on faith and doing what I'm doing right now. It's up and down, but I have people around me that keep me rooted in what I need to do for myself. People try to push me back into, you need a 9 to 5, you have a daughter. I understand that, but standing on and making my money the way that I make it, I'm not selling drugs. I'm not out here knocking anybody over. I'm not kicking in any doors. I'm a legit businessman with Hustleman Services and Hustleman Podcast. So just trying to make a way for myself.
So Robert, the testament to that, getting out and networking. That's the reason why you're here today. I saw what you did. Chris actually is the one that told me about you. So when he told me what you was doing, he's like, hey, have you heard about Hustleman Podcast? Hey, I was like, let me check him out. Because Chris has been with me as a co-host for what, 5 years now?
Yeah, full time 5 years, but a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say both right now, about almost 10, 11 years.
Yep. So we've been doing this for a while, man. So It's pretty cool, and Haynes Broadcasting started out as an internet radio station, and as technology has progressed, we are now a full-blown media company that's doing media broadcasting. So we're using our media sources, our outlets, our tools to tell people like the VFW story, and what they do. So, Mike, we're approaching 50 minutes, almost getting close to an hour or 10 minutes from now. Is there anybody out there in the world you want to thank or, shout out to?
There's a lot of people to thank, of course, but it just the VFW in general, my team. I've been going on Commander for 6 years. I've lost people along the way. I've gained people along the way. But without that team of people backing up your decisions and whatnot, the general membership allowing me the opportunity to be the commander as long as I have I like it. I'm coming up on my last year, so I got like 4 or 5 more months left to be in commander. But I'm moving on to bigger opportunities within National VFW and also the Department VFW. And those mentors that I've had along the way, they do a lot to help me keep focused and keep moving on with the mission of helping veterans.
Awesome. Well, if there's anything that me, Chris, or Robert can do to help you guys out with any future events, we're always a phone call away.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'll definitely reach out. And if you ever need somebody to talk about something VFW related, I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys again.
Awesome. That sounds good, man. Well, I think we're going to make that the show there. So I appreciate everybody coming on board today. Chris, I appreciate you being available, coming on. Robert, same, likewise, and it's all about networking and, you're just telling the world, what people do, and there's so many talented people here in North Carolina and so many great organizations, VFW, you got the Fayetteville Arts Council, you got the, people who are trying to bring more to Fayetteville because, like I said, that event that we did with the Karen Chandler Trust at the VFW, that's something that hasn't been done in Fayetteville in a long time, and we're very grateful for that. I think they raised a little over $2,000 for the charity for that one event. So that's really good. If there's anything in the world, man, you guys can reach us at haynesbroadcasting.org and check out this episode, which will be posted here shortly on haynesbroadcasting.org and all social media platforms, including YouTube. Robert, he had a article that we wrote last night featured on him. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And we also have a new article about the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie coming up. If any businesses out there in the world, if you need a news article or a little bit of a spotlight, you can reach out to Hustleman Podcast. You can reach out to us. We have writers throughout the United States that writes news articles, and you don't have to be in North Carolina to be featured on our show. We are a worldwide broadcast. And, that's what we do, is, everybody's got a little magic in them. We just show the world what they do. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. All right. And also, just to advertise out there to the world, anybody wants to pick up a Haynes Broadcasting t-shirt or a Hustleman podcast shirt, we have those available on our website at haynesbroadcasting.org. And we also have expanded into the merchandise business. So anybody out there in the world needs some merchandise made, you can send us your design or logo, and we'll put it on a mock-up, and you can see it what it looks like on an actual person, and we can give you a quote, and we can have those shipped out within 7 to 14 business days from one of our 3 warehouses throughout the United States. One's in Charlotte, one's in Chicago, and the other one's in California. So if you guys need any merchandise, support, or media coverage, haynesbroadcasting.org is where you go to find us. All right, guys, that's it for that show.